Hi, Zizaran here with another video. My voice is recovered a little bit. Somebody linked me a video of Quinn69 doing an ARPG tier list, and I stole the ARPG tier list website that he was using, and I'm going to do the same because I thought that was a great idea. This is what we're going to rate, although there are some games on here that aren't ARPGs, and there are some games that I haven't played. I'm going to rate them for their time, or at least when I played them, because there are some of the older ARPGs that I only played recently, so I don't really know how good they were for their time. If you're wondering how I'm going to rate things, that's it. There's also not going to be an objective or right one. This is just my subjective view on ARPGs and how much I enjoyed them. I'll talk a little bit, like for example, D2 is obviously a different one, but I'll talk a little bit about today and of its time. Do you want to bring some color and excitement to your walls and show off your interests and hobbies? Displate makes that possible with their awesome metal posters. Not only do they look vibrant and amazing, but they also are incredibly easy to set up. No longer do you have to drill holes in your walls, as every displate is attached by a magnetic sticker. After applying a protective layer, you stick this magnet to your wall. It makes it extremely easy to adjust and swap your displates out. It's so simple even I can do it. Displates come in all shapes and sizes, with a focus on being customizable and collectible. They offer a countless unique and licensed artwork, including the Gauntlet collection. You can find all of the Gauntlet designs that we have created for each event with the different artists with different versions suited to your personal taste. Head on over to displate.com and use code Zizaran for 22% off on the first 1 to 2 displates, or 33% off for orders of 3 and more. Displates are not yet edible, so please don't try eating them. What's this? Warhammer Inquisitor? Was that the one with guns? I wish there were more tiers. It's somewhere between B and C for me. Like, it was fine, but not something I would play more than 50 hours. It was fine. It was an adequate ARPG. I'll put it in B. It was fine. Green makes it seem good, but anyway. It's at the bottom. I'll add an E. There. Okay, I give it D. I give it the D. There. Ha! S, A, B, C, D, E. It's fine. What is this? Book of Demons. I'm going to leave that unrated because I've never even heard of it. So, Diablo 1, I mean, it was the only ARPG of its time, but still, like, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable giving Diablo 1 an S tier. Obviously, like, it's what made the genre, but it was amazing. I don't want to put it an S. I give it an A. Today, I would give it an E. It is a very outdated game. So I would give it an E today. Like it's unplayable without mods and awful. For its time, yeah, I give it an A. Diablo 2, for its time, it's easily an S. People still play it today. It's one of the best games of all time, I would say. It's a very easy S. It's what gave the most breath of life into the genre. However, today, I wouldn't give it an E, but I would probably give it a D today. Like base D2, even D2 Resurrected, there's just not a lot to do in the game. It's not that interesting in my opinion and super outdated compared to modern RPGs. And it devastates me. It actively hurts me to this day that Blizzard doesn't really allow modding for multiplayer, so that games like Path of Diablo and D2 Project Diablo 2, like those two games, like those two mods, like it doesn't even need that much. It doesn't even need that much to be like so much better and like literally like competitive with or even better than most of the RPGs of today. But for me, like I don't enjoy D2. I probably will never be going back to play D2 unless I can play Project Diablo 2 with the D2 Resurrected graphics. But for its time, it's a very easy S. Diablo 3, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with this or where to put this. And I'll explain why. At launch, I loved Diablo 3. At literal launch, I had such a good time. It was fucking amazing. It's one of my favorite games. I had so good time. It was such a hard game that I couldn't even play it on hardcore. I had to play softcore. And even just killing Diablo before the nerf on softcore, even though I killed it on softcore, it was such an achievement for me. It was one of the only gaming photos I uploaded to Facebook. I was so excited. So at launch, it was so amazing. But it very quickly became very mid. And now, today, I mean, I don't even want to boot up the game anymore. So I don't really know where to put that. It's such a difficult one. Like, do I consider launch its peak? Like, I don't know. I just don't really know what to do about Diablo 3. It's such a hard one. Because I did love it at launch. But right now, I'd say it's E. Like, it's so garbage. And I really hated what they did with the set items. And I didn't like Reaper of Souls. So I don't know. It's a difficult one for me. So it's a hard one for me. I'll put it here in B, I guess. Diablo 4. It's such a disservice that the current patch is the patch that I'm doing this tier list in. I had such a blast last patch. Did I like Diablo 3 more than I liked Diablo 4 when I was playing it? Probably. Last patch I did have quite a lot of fun. But this patch was like, this patch is E tier, by the way, for what it's worth. Last patch I had quite a lot of fun. I don't think I had as much fun playing Diablo 4 as when I had the most fun playing Diablo 3. I think that's what makes the most sense for rating. Like, what did I enjoy the most when I was actively playing it? And I feel like I had more fun at the launch of Diablo 3. Diablo Immortal, I mean, I don't really consider it a video game. I really do want to add like 3 more tiers just for how much I resent Diablo Immortal. But yeah, I don't really have much more to say about that. They lied about so much, and they're
so nice
for even putting out the game in the way it is right now. It should be a dog shit tier. Now, the hottest take I have, and I feel like I have a lot of explaining to do here, is Grim Dawn. And the reason for that is I actually do think the game is quite good. And I do recommend that a lot of people try the game. But I simply do not have fun when I play Grim Dawn. And a lot of that is the impact of spells and like attacks and stuff. I've found so little that is fun to play. I think they have a lot of cool game systems and stuff like that, but like the audio, the impact, like the crunch of skills just isn't there. It's actually something I even thought Torchlight 3 did better, and I think Torchlight 3 was pretty bad. But like the crunch and, you know, feeling powerful, the game, like it is Grim Dawn for me, sadly. I'm very excited for their next game because I think they have so many cool ideas and so many good systems, but it just wasn't fun for me. And nothing is, yeah, they're not visceral, and nothing's more important than a game being fun. So if that's fixed in their future games, I think it's really good. Last Epoch, somewhere between A and B, probably A, probably B. I think A. I'm having so much fun with the loot chase. I think legendary potential is one of the best things I've ever seen in an ARPG and exalted items. There's not that much to do in the game right now, to be honest, but that's also damaged a little bit because of Path of Exile. But the item chase is so cool, and items are my favorite thing in games. And something else that Last Epoch does that's really good as well, which Diablo 4 and 3 really fails at miserably. And my favorite thing to do in an ARPG is finding something on one character that makes me want to do another. And Last Epoch's the only game I've seen that has smart loot where that still happens. So that's really interesting. Because if you're playing a Primalist, you will find more Primalist stuff. In Last Epoch, you still find things for other characters. You don't in Diablo 4. I've never in my 300 or 400 hours playing Diablo 4 found an item and been like, oh, cool, I'm going to start a Barbarian now. So I think that's a huge fail. So complete smart loot is awful. Some smart loot is fine. Lost Ark is not an ARPG, so I'm not really going to put it on the list. However, I did quite like Lost Ark. It's probably got my second or third favorite combat of any game. Like, absolutely beautiful game. Chef's kiss combat, bad monetization. But yeah. Minecraft Dungeons. That is an ARPG. It's not for me. It's kind of stupid to rate it. It's not for me. It's a good, like, it's like, we should be more like the tobacco industry, like hook them while they're young. So I love that Minecraft Dungeon exists. I'm going to put it in D tier. I think it's really fun for like 5 to 10 hours with some friends, even for me. And I loved playing with Ryzen Noogie, but it's not something I would really play. It gets very repetitive very fast. Path of Exile, easy S tier. It is the Diablo 2 off today. What's the most impressive about Path of Exile to me, I was saying it earlier too, is how much they innovate and how much they push without having any competition. We're seeing more competition now with like D4 probably, hopefully, Copium will have competition, will give them competition in the next few years. But at least Last Epoch will. And I mean, I'm still actively playing Path of Exile. I've been enjoying it from the very start. So it's a wonderful game. Titan Quest. I don't know why, but I feel like Impact was better in Titan Quest than in Grim Dawn. It was also a much older game, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I did enjoy D3. I think C for me. C or B? What is this? Oh, it's Torchlight 2, isn't it? I haven't played that. Maybe I should play that after Last Epoch. Torchlight 3. It's fine. It's like, I do like that these games exist. Because they're like very, very casual ARPGs that will bring more people to the genre, but I don't particularly enjoy it. It was fine. It was pretty mid. Like, I don't like the art style. It was just fine. Like, it was a nice thing to get sponsored to play. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoyed it, but like, it's never something I would play. It's not something I would recommend to like people that already play ARPGs. It's very much a game for people that are new to ARPGs. In my opinion. Is this Torchlight 1? I've not played that either. Yeah, why is Dungeon Siege not on the list? That is weird. Scrya, could you make me a Dungeon Siege 1 and 2? Okay, I've added some more games. Undecember. See, I'm really torn here because if it didn't have any monetization, if it had no monetization, I would put it in A. But I'm tempted to put it all the way down with Diablo Immortal. Even worse monetization than Torchlight. Like, a lot worse. When they launched, they had $68 for a character's full inventory per character. And they have so much time gating and like paying to unlock slots and like so much bad stuff. And then they walked it all back. They walked it all back and they had no pay to win for a little bit. And then they walked it back again. So now they put a lot of the pay to win in again. Like, the game itself, and it's so weird because like so many Undecember players were raging at me. Like, they had a huge discussion about me in their Discord. And they were like, he didn't even play the game enough. And I'm like, how would that change anything? Like, I'm saying the game is wonderful. So I'm so confused at the Undecember fans. Like, I think the game is amazing. I just fucking hate the monetization. It's dog shit. So like, honestly, like if I had to rate it just on the game, but I do think monetization is very important for the game. Like, I literally would put it on an A. Like, the game is amazing, but like the monetization is indefensible. It's so bad. I'll probably put it at D because it really isn't Diablo Immortal level. It really is one of the best ARPGs I've seen. So it's really annoying. Why is V Rising here? How is that an ARPG? By the way, V Rising, honestly, fucking one of the best games I've ever played. I have so much fucking fun. It's not an ARPG, so I'm not going to put it on the list, but what a fucking wonderful game. And to be fair, as for me being sponsored, both of these games have paid me a lot of money, and they're not very high up on the list. Paying me money does not influence my my choices when it comes to games, because all my money is thanks to you guys. Wolcen. Wolcen's a little bit of a heartbreaker for me. It had one of the worst launches in video game history. It's still bad today, like bug-wise, but they do so many cool things. Like, they have so many cool game systems. I really like some of their items systems are really cool. I like their skill point system with the wheels. It has the best action role-playing game campaign of all time. So I don't really know where to rate it. It's a tough one. Wolcen has good ideas with poor implementation. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. It's been abandoned now. Devs aren't working on it at all. It's still full of bugs. Yeah. I think I have to put it in E. Because the fact that a game is still broken this long after launch is unacceptable. I would recommend, if you ever see it for sale for like $1 or $3, then I would buy it just to do the campaign. It's the best action role-playing game campaign. Dungeon Siege 1. I think I'll put that at B tier. It is amazing, but very clunky, a bit weird. Just awesome game all around. And Dungeon Siege 2, A tier. Almost S tier, honestly. Like, so good. What a wonderful game. But by the way, I do remember we are rating them for their time when I played it. And what a wonderful game. Like, it's still good today. It's very outdated. Like, if you don't like dated games, don't go play it. They never made a Dungeon Siege 3, actually. Kind of like the Matrix movies. They only made one. Nox. I'm like a centimeter away from putting it at S tier. Definitely one of the games that brought me the most excitement in my life. I think it does have to go to A, but it's so good. Nox was amazing. What a wonderful game. I wonder how I would like it if I revisited it. It was so ahead of its time. You're absolutely right. It's so old. When did it come out? Nox release date. What a wonderful game. 16th of February 2000. Sacred 2, easy A tier. That's exactly where it fits. It was so good. For its time, just so cool. You could eat skill gems to level them up. What would Last Epoch need for it to become S tier? Enyi. I could see Last Epoch being S tier within a year or two. Yeah, Sacred was just wonderful. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Hexplore. I'm probably the only person that's played this game. It's a pretty easy B tier. B or C. It was really good, but it was like pretty bad. You would so monsters would drop experience, and there was like I can't remember. I feel like it was really janky to play multiplayer. I'm wondering if I'm mixing it with another game. Is there any Hexplore players in the chat? Yes? Okay, cool. So then, because I just wasn't sure if it was this game I was remembering for, but I'm pretty sure my friends hated playing with me because I would pick up the experience and they were stuck at level 1 when I was level 4 or 5. They couldn't level because I would ninja loot all the experience. You had to pick it up. I'm pretty happy with my tier list. So this is like entirely just my opinion. And it's specifically how much I enjoyed the game at the time it came out or when I played it if I didn't play it when it came out. But yeah, I think this is my tier list. Anyway, if you're just skipping to the end, yeah, you're skipping to the end and just watching, and especially if you're looking at my Grim Dawn rating, please go back and look at my explanation for why it's so low. Don't just look at the end. If you're skipping on YouTube, I'm watching you. There are reasons for everything. Also, this is very subjective. But yeah, thanks for watching. Sub if you liked the video, but more importantly, try to die less than I do.